What up YouTube, it's Misery's Company. In this video, I'm giving you 10 tips and tricks to get a jump start on the Blood Knight or Shadow Knight whenever it is released in the upcoming month. Now, there are 10 tips and tricks in this video, and from the very beginning all the way to the end, there are tips and tricks on this video that I have not seen other content creators even mention in their videos. So I know that a lot of people have made videos like this. You're going to want to watch this one and at least take some notes because you're going to see some similarities, but you're also going to see a lot of them that are brand new, at least from what I have seen on other content creator videos. So without further ado, let's get you all the tips and tricks to get a head start on the Blood Knight. Let's get straight to it. Okay, so first things first, number one is going to be one that I have not seen a single person mention, and I don't know why, because I just recently started doing it because I just realized it was a thing, and that's going to be saving your charm essences. So guys, you're going to want to, I know this is a great way to make platinum, but you're going to want to save this powder because that's the only way you can work on your charm when the Death Knight comes out. And you're obviously not going to have any charms that have any, I said Death Knight, Blood Knight skills on them. So you're going to want to save this fodder as much as you can, so that way when you start getting charms for the Blood Knight, you can actually upgrade them faster and ideally make a better charm even faster than anyone else, which will then incrementally give you more damage and more power as a Blood/Shadow Knight. I have not seen a single person talk about this, so if you already have liked this video because this is a tip that you haven't heard before, smash the like button. But we got 9 more tips and tricks to go, so let's get straight into it. Number 9 is going to be saving your mystery equipment, both sets and legendary. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, so I won't spend a lot of time on it. Obviously, now that we have basically confirmed, or almost confirmed, that we are going to be having the ability of switching classes a lot easier and not losing our set bonuses and everything else, there's less of a reason to save it, but I would still recommend doing so in case, because this is raw data mine information in terms of if it's actually going to be a swift transition. We don't know if that's coming on day 1 of the Blood Knight or later on down the road, if that's something they're working on. So go ahead and save these, both the legendary one as well as the mystery set, because they're going to benefit you on your new character as the Blood Knight. Okay, so tip number 3 is in the same little tab here. That's going to be farming and saving your fabled wisps. Wisps with all the S's. You're going to want to farm these to just the most of your ability, because A, it's going to help you with something else on this list, but also you're going to be able to really pick your set bonuses as soon as you can, and also have the ability, if you grind enough, to re-roll them as much as you can in order to get a higher, better piece of gear, which is what we're doing with both of these and with now the fabled wisp for tip number 3. Because obviously we have no idea what set bonuses are going to be good. We could probably guess based off the skills, which I've covered in a previous video, but we have no idea which ones are going to be good. So make sure you are farming these and saving them. Do not make the mistake of combining and using them now just to min-max for a character that you're probably going to switch off of in a month. Don't waste your resources, guys. All right, moving on to tip number 4. This one is, I also have not seen a lot of people mention this. So normal gems, I want you to go ahead and make sure you're farming it. So yes, I know I'm going to see at least one comment that says, oh, you're just telling me to do all the things that I should already be doing in the game. Yeah, but no. Basically, when new content comes to a mobile game, the biggest thing you want to do is save your resources, or strategically use your resources by saving them or using them ahead of time. So when it comes to tip number 4, when it comes to your normal gems, I would recommend do what I'm not doing, and I'll explain why here in a moment. What I would recommend is be farming your legendary gems, upgrading them by the ones that are bound to you, but then the ones that are unbound to you, instead of doing what I'm doing and actually selling them, because I'll tell you why again in here in a second, instead of selling them, go ahead and save them, because I do anticipate in a month seeing people come back to Diablo Immortal from either D4 or other games when the Blood Knight comes out, which is going to just skyrocket these, I hope, maybe not skyrocket, but you'll see an increase, I hope, in the price of platinum. Typically, that's what happens when a new update comes to a game. The in-game currency gets kind of shell-shocked, if you will, and a market little pump happens. So you could be on the higher end of that, saving your normal gems and selling them on either your mains or your alts when the new class comes and when that sort of rush back to Diablo Immortal does happen. Moving on, though, to number 5. This one's pretty obvious. I'm sure a lot of people have already talked about this. You want to save your gold, guys. You want to save your gold and grind as much as you can. If you don't know how to do that, I've covered that in other videos, but basically attacking the vault, if you're a Shadow, is by far the best way of doing it. If you're an Immortal, you get a lot less from defending the vault, but you could do all your other Immortal tasks and basically just play the game without spending gold. And then when it comes to the antiques, rarities and antiques, you will then have a chance at getting more legendary gear when the Death Knight, Iron Knight, what are we talking about? I'm just making up characters. Blood Knight comes to Diablo Immortal. Moving on, the AST runes are going to be ones that you're going to want to save. Reason being, and the way you get them, in case you don't know, you do get these from farming your Elder Rifts. So if you look at this though, all the way at the bottom, Mother's Lament is the brand new gem that we talked about again in a separate video, but we know at least one new legendary gem, and this is a very good 2-star legendary gem is coming to the game. There is some data mine of additional 4 other legendary gems, but we don't have as much information as we have for Mother's Lament. So I would recommend saving these so that you can craft these new gems, the ones that you want, as fast as possible. So make sure you're grinding your Elder Rifts and saving your AST runes. Okay, so number 6 is going to be your legendary Crest. Now, this is, I'm going to either say save or use. Reason I'm saying save or use, if you do not like the build you're using and it doesn't matter what gem is coming, you will commit to it, or if you're a whale or someone who doesn't necessarily have the legendary gems that you want, save your legendary gems now, and that way when the new legendary gems come out, save your legendary crest now, so that way when the new legendary gems come out, you can then activate your runs, get as many of the new ones hopefully as you can, because they do have that little event that goes on where you get a 50% chance if it's a 5-star for it to be one of the new ones. That's actually how I took advantage of getting my Gloom Cask to rank 6 as fast as I could, or well, rank 4 out of 5, level 6, whatever. So take advantage of that when the new legendary gems come out, not necessarily right when the update happens, because we have not been told that as of yet, but whenever we do get new legendary gems, you could take advantage of that, and maybe they will come out with a new one for the Blood Knight that works really, really well with it. Moving on, oh, I did mention or use. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using all my legendary gems, my legendary crest rather. Reason being, I have one at level 6, one at 5, another one at level 5, level 5, level 4, and then level 4. I want to get all of these to rank 5 because I want my magic find to be as high as possible. Maxing it out with all 5-star legendary gems would put me at magic find at 90%, which, as you can see, increase the chance for items dropped by monsters to be magic, rare, or legendary. So a higher percent chance of getting more gear, which means a higher percent chance of getting more legendary gear, which means a higher percent chance of getting more legendary essences for the new class. That's the one I'm going with. If you are already at a good point where, or you're not a big spender, medium spender, whatever, but you like where your gems are at, go ahead and prioritize the 1 or 2-star gems if you know you're not going to be able to get a 5-star gem to level 5, because that's where you truly get the magic find, and that's what you're going to want in order to take advantage of that magic find option. Number 8 is one that no one's going to want to do, but it has to be on this list because you're going to want to do it. It's going to benefit you in the long run. Just bite the bullet or pace yourself, and basically it's catch up on your blacksmith upgrades. I know, guys, I know this is a painful thing to do. As you can see, I'm at fully 19 for all of mine. I am still pretty far behind. There are several people that are maxed out at level 30, but you're going to want to go and spend the time now doing the circular farms in order to get these as high as you can, so that way you don't have to worry about it when the new class comes out. You will basically be doing it still when the new class comes out, because you're going to want to farm for the legendary essences, but it's whatever new content comes, especially new for PvP, you're going to want to have that boost in CR, which is pretty obvious. This is a good way of doing it, and it's a complete free-to-play way of getting a nice CR boost as well. It's a pretty noticeable difference for someone who has my resonance but much higher blacksmith upgrades compared to me. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that now, so you can be thankful later on, because future self will thank current self if you farm your blacksmith upgrades right now. 2 more, guys. Number 9 is going to be push your challenge rifts. Reason being is you don't want to waste your time when the Blood Knight comes out or the Shadow Knight. You want to be caught up with all all of the content that you don't want to have to deal with when it does come out. So go ahead and push that now so you don't have to worry about it later. That'll also give you incremental upgrades to your combat rating by upgrading your set, I guess, gear level, I guess you would say. But last but not least is another one that I haven't seen too many people talk about, and as you can see, I don't have any right now, but you want to save your mythic fish. Reason being is that if you get a bunch of mythic level fish, or rank fish rather, then you will have a higher percent chance of getting a legendary gear when you turn them in. So what I recommend is farm fish rather as much as you can, save only the mythic, sell the rest, or trade in the rest. And then when the Blood Knight comes out, you will then have a higher percent chance of getting additional essences when you trade in those mythic fish. It's not a guarantee, but it's a higher percent chance of getting more legendaries. And you're really going to want to maximize all of these opportunities, all 10 of these tips and tricks, to really get a jump start on the Blood Knight. I'll be doing all of these myself, so make sure you smash the like button. And if you're excited for the Blood Knight, make sure you smash the like button. If you want to see more content, subscribe to the channel, because I'm bringing you daily Diablo Immortal content. And until next time, guys, lock it in.